obviously. So it was funny because this story broke after I had just gotten off of a long flight. And for those of you who haven't seen the truly gross but also sad imagery of this 71-year-old lawmaker who, when I lived in California, was my congressman. He is on a flight and he's on his iPad, and someone took photos of him looking at porn, that maybe is going a little overboard. There was one photo that looked like porn, but I couldn't quite tell, but it was clearly women who were acting out sexually in their pose. And the post said online, it was, why did California Congressman Brad Sherman feel it was appropriate to look at porn on his iPad during a flight today? And as of the weekend, at least on Saturday, I remember checking, it was almost 13 million views. So I'm assuming it's probably a quadrillion views at this point. And the photo isn't just of him looking at it, but studying it almost. And he already, I'm not suggesting anything, but he already looks like a pervert. He just has that look.
Yeah.
He really does. And that's not his fault. And I don't mean to be mean. I mean to be mean a little bit at least, but not completely mean. He looks like the kind of person who might go to a public library and view porn on the publicly available and shared computers. So he denied the allegations and said, at the same time, denying the allegations, he said, I didn't choose to look at these pictures. They chose to look at me. He basically said the algorithm on X is responsible for this. A spokesperson said, this was nothing more than scrolling through Twitter, and unfortunately, Elon Musk has ruined the Twitter algorithm to give people content that they don't ask for or subscribe to. This was on Twitter. These pictures came up on the For You tab. If you have to fly across the country, you look at a lot of stuff on your tablet, he said. If I see a picture of a woman, might I look a little bit longer than a sunset? Yeah. He said, is it pornography? I don't think Elon Musk thinks so. Is it appropriate? No. So a lot of people obviously jumped on this and made fun of him. I'm going to slightly defend him. Slightly. Number one, it is certainly true that an algorithm might serve you something it thinks you want to see, but they do that not at random, right? It's based on content you've previously seen, which is precisely why I am constantly getting hit with stupid commentary by uber left-wing activists or Harry Sissons of the world, people like that. Like, they are killing me with this content. And so I will gladly call out the horror show of the algorithm on X. However, you know what I've never been served on my X? Any kind of porn. Nothing. And I'm pretty sure there is a setting that makes it so that you only get hit with safe for work, quote unquote, kinds of posts. That said, if you're there and you're just scrolling at random, is it theoretically possible to get served a pornographic photo? Or yes, 100%. And part of me is sympathetic to that. But if he didn't really just spend a lot, he chose to volunteer that he spent a long time looking at the photos. Like, he didn't need to do that. These were photos of him looking on his iPad, not video. So the user would have no clue if he was literally just scrolling by and you took a photo at the exact right moment to make it appear like he was looking at this content, or if he was all in studying and like, I got to figure out her bra size, man. I got to figure it out. He could have said that, right? He could have just said, I was just quickly scrolling through. You know why he chose not to just say that? Because he must have thought it was possible that there was video. That there was video of this. Mm-hmm. And he didn't want to get caught in a lie, which would have made the story even worse.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm him, I'm betting that there's no video. Can't be certain, because if there was video, I feel like the video would have been posted by now. And I haven't seen any of the video, just stills. And I don't know why the person didn't take video and just took stills. That's a fail, by the way. As I was on this flight coming back, and frankly going to the flight to New York last week was almost completely empty. It was actually shocking. It was so bad they had to move a bunch of the poor people all the way into the back because the plane can't safely fly without weight in the back of the plane. On the way back, it was a little bit more crowded. And I've experienced this multiple times, not necessarily looking at something inappropriate on my phone, but as a conservative, I prefer that, hateful liberals around me don't realize that I'm a conservative looking at, conservative content on my phone or on the screen. I sometimes get a little self-conscious about putting on Fox News because I don't want someone just yelling at me.
To the left, that's worse than pornography.
I know. It's the worst that you can do. And so I'm already feeling uncomfortable. But you know what? This is why I feel a little bit bad for him. There are airlines that put movies on planes that should not be put on planes because they include sometimes nudity and some really graphic stuff. And there have been times where I've chosen not to watch a movie because I think there's going to be a sex scene in it. And I don't want people thinking I'm a perv for watching it. So you just got to be extra careful. And Brad Sherman failed that test. You're listening to The Jason Rant